forces, destined to clash. The only ground rules are kill or be killed. Evolution has leveled the playing field with equal chances at survival on both sides. Horns and hooves, potent venom, and supersized teeth. It's a minefield of deadly defenses. But sometimes the reward is worth the risk. The savannah is set for the Hunger Games, the age-old contest between hunter and hunted. At the top of the food chain, the lions, the biggest, baddest cats of them all. They march into this battle as odds-on favorites. With 3-inch canines and nerves of steel, at first glance they may seem unbeatable. But even the lion walks a precarious line between life and death. Although rarely witnessed, vicious counterattacks take place behind the scenes. Even among themselves, the competition is fierce. In lion society, the male rules and the female provides. The lioness submits, even though she risked her life to bring down this meal. Word on the plains is that the Cape buffalo is the most dangerous beast in the game. An adult bull can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. With a helmet of horns and deadly, sharp hooves, they are perfectly equipped to be the lion's greatest adversary. They're built to kill like an army of gladiators. To the lions, it's food on the hoof, but it's a lethal attraction. This is the Widowmaker. Many consider him to be the most dangerous beast on the savannah. He's a road bull, unpredictable and aggressive. But he does have allies. The yellow-billed oxpecker is also known as the guardian angel. She thrives off unwelcome parasites and in return offers an extra pair of eyes and ears. Buffalo have strength, but they have weak hearing and eyesight. They rely heavily on their broad noses. The moist bumps capture and store scents which filter vital information from his surroundings, even associating a particular smell with the direction it came from. A neat trick when there are hungry lions around. None of the other cats will take on a buffalo, but to the lions, they're irresistible. Mesmerized by the moving feast, the lioness is lured into a deadly pursuit. spoke up, a lone lioness is no match for the angriest beast on the savannah. She's not the first lion to be maimed by buffalo, and she won't be the last. When the going gets tough, the buffalo work as a team and defend their own. But despite safety in numbers, there's a chink in their armor. Routine. Like many large mammals, buffalo need to drink regularly, and their daily pilgrimage to water makes them predictable. Other big players are on the same journey. They may weigh 10 times that of a buffalo, but the elephants have no beef with the Widowmaker. Hot on the heels of the buffalo trail, the lions pursue their buffet of brawn. The pride male enters the arena. He's on a mission. He can smell buffalo, and he's hungry. Other contenders beat a hasty retreat, but it's not small fry on his menu tonight. One of the Widowmaker's team has fallen. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and the lionesses have brought down a meal fit for a king. Lions are social, and that's the key. The only way to bring down a buffalo is to hunt as a team and share the spoils. It's the deadliest dinner of all, but it's worth the risk. There's enough meat here to fuel the lion pride for a week. Teamwork is critical to their success. And to stay in the game, you need to start young. From an early age, the cubs start to hone their skills for the future. To stalk and hunt and capture seems deeply rooted in their DNA. This little game of tag is the stirring of an ancient instinct that will prepare the cubs for survival. Hunting buffalo is not for amateurs. It's a privilege reserved for the top of the food chain. It's happy hour for the elephants. They can drink up to 50 gallons of water per day. And it's time for their sundowner. The king of beasts and the giants of the plains. The two heavyweights of the savannah come together. The water hole is their common ground. And while they refuel, there's a tenuous truce. But as they say, elephants never forget. And to some, the scent of a lion is a red rag to a bull. Lions and elephants, the two heavyweights of the savannah, come together. But the elephants have lost babies to this lion pride before, and they join ranks against the flesh eaters. The lions need to pick their fights wisely. There's no attraction here. It's a full-on eviction. Their enemies won't hesitate to kill them at the slightest opportunity. Rather than risk injury, the lions desert their precious kill and save their fight for the next hunt. It's a blow to the ego, but survival is the end game. The buffalo are nearing their destination, and for now, the lions are off their tail. Their trusted guardians hitch a ride on the gravy train. The temperature is well into the hundreds, and the buffalo press on with bovine determination. They can almost taste it. Water. It's a social gathering. Time to slake their thirst and take a load off. Knocking back 10 gallons of water takes some time, and there's no rush when it comes to rehydration. Large herbivores have a hard time controlling their body temperature. Taking a mud bath helps them to cool down. This mud-packing frenzy is nature's ultimate spa experience. Wearing this muddy armor has other benefits too. When it dries, the mud forms a protective layer which repels parasites and biting flies. It's a welcome relief to fortify them for the dangers ahead. Cloaked in muddy armor, the Widowmaker and his herd retreat to the thickets for the night. But there's no rest in store. The long night ahead belongs to the predators. The evening ushers in the realm of the lion. As the buffalo disappear into the thickets, the lions enter their element. They have extraordinary night vision and see 8 times better than humans in the dark. Their white eyeliner reflects faint light from the stars and moon, maximizing the amount of light that enters their eyes. For the buffalo, nightfall brings on the danger zone. Their eyes and ears have gone to roost, and all they have now is their sense of smell. Sometimes it's not enough. The Widowmaker. He's almost a ton of muscle. The lions have picked the most dangerous target. It will take the whole pride to bring him down. Attacking from behind, the lions can avoid his deadly horns and get to work, tearing at his tendons. A desperate bellow calls in his troops. The buffalo are back in the game. The Widowmaker called in his troops, and the lions backed down. But the damage is done. The lionesses did a good job on those tendons. The mighty bull is hamstrung. He has one defense left. His massive horns are fused with bone and form a 10-inch thick bulletproof helmet. It's a valiant attempt, but it's game over. The Widowmaker has fallen. The Pride male seals his fate with the kiss of death. The new day sheds perspective on an age-old scene. Bellies near bursting. Their hard-won meal will sustain the Pride for at least 5 days. Their dangerous dinner paid off. Taking down a buffalo has risks attached. But on the upside, hunting only once a week means dicing with death less often. For the king of beasts, this lethal attraction is worth the wager. From the heavyweights to the featherweights, each contender is suited up to meet their match. An adult male cheetah weighs roughly 120 pounds, but he goes up against prey 4 times heavier. He's the smallest of the African big cats, but when it comes to functionality, the cheetah emerges head and shoulders above the rest. His lightweight frame is designed for speed. But here's the hook. Supersized claws on the inside of his front legs latch on to prey at high speed. Unlike other cats, his claws don't retract. Like track shoes, they give him the grip he needs to run at 70 miles per hour. And he's about to put them to good use. The first thunderstorms declare open season on the African plains. The stakes have just been raised. Hunting season is a dangerous time for both predator and prey. Water is the lifeblood of every habitat, and when the rains roll in, abundance follows. The mist rises on the Great Migration. 1.5 million wildebeest are making their way into the cheetah's domain. The fertile plains serve up a banquet of prey for the fastest cat on the planet. It's time to limber up for some fast food. Primed for battle, his black tear marks reduce the glare from the sun. He's ready to enter the fray. Like the lions when hunting large prey, teamwork is everything. Male cheetahs are social, and brothers band together to form coalitions. It's handy to have a wingman when you're up against a formidable opponent with 3-foot deadly horns. Unlike the flawless design of the cheetah, these wild beasts of the plains look like an assembly of spare parts. Their front end is as strong as an ox. Their mane and tails borrowed from a horse. Only their sloping hindquarters resemble an antelope. They're noisy too. On constant alert, they bleat like goats. But the wildebeest shouldn't be underestimated. Their spindly legs can reach speeds over 50 miles per hour and can kick a deadly blow. The brothers can outrun them, but they're sprinters, not stayers. Their lightning speed is the endgame to careful groundwork. They must get close enough to close the deal before they explode into action. This round goes to the wildebeest. The lightweight cheetah can't risk injury, and the wildebeest will counterattack when he outweighs his adversary 4 times. Managing his highly tuned engine is critical. During a high-speed chase, a cheetah's temperature skyrockets and his heart rate can reach 250 beats per minute. He's no quitter, but he needs to catch his breath. It's time to lick their wounds and cool their engines. The wildebeest are on the move, and the brothers must go for broke. Their engines recharged, they're ready for a new strategy. Speed isn't the only trick to a successful hunt. Stealth is just as important. Sneaking up on the right-sized target could mean the difference between life and death. The cheetahs are closing in on the wildebeest. And this time, they're exploiting the lush vegetation as their smokescreen. They dig their specialized claws into the heels of the wildebeest. They're like grappling hooks, pinning her to the ground. Brothers live up to their 50% strike rate. Half their hunts end in success. The other half are dangerous life lessons. Theirs is a delicate balance between risk and reward. The reed bed is home to another featherweight predator who likes to punch above his weight. At only 5 pounds, this feisty little carnivore may weigh 100 times less, but he's every bit as fearless as the mighty lion. There are roughly 33 different mongoose species. They're all as cute as pie. But don't let their looks fool you. These guys eat snakes for breakfast. His highly sensitive nose can sniff out a meal as far away as 2 miles. But sometimes the hunter becomes the hunted. A female black mamba lurks in the shadows. She's the fastest, longest, and deadliest snake in Africa. Not someone you'd like to share your breakfast with. She favors warm-blooded prey, and small mammals are high up on our list of favorite foods. Unlike other snakes, black mambas don't wait in ambush for their meal to pass their way. They actively stalk their prey and hunt them down. She flickers her tongue to taste the air and collect scent particles. It tastes like mongoose on her menu. 2 can play at this game. Unlike his snake-eating cousins, the marsh mongoose prefers less dangerous prey. He'd rather poach an egg than wrangle a snake. He throws his quarry to the ground. It helps to soften it up. The next stage requires water. He submerges his catch to subdue it by drowning. But sometimes prey can give you the slip. His highly dexterous fingers are designed to feel out crabs and frogs underwater. He can hold his breath for up to 15 seconds, and his horizontal pupils increase lateral vision to help him zone in on his target. mission accomplished. But danger still looms around every corner. Black mambas have very few enemies in the wild, but she's about to meet her nemesis. The slender mongoose, a notorious snake killer. They may look like featherweights in the ring, but these are two of the most lethal predators on the planet. The mongoose has razor-sharp teeth and a lightning speed. But one bite from a mamba can kill 15 grown men. So imagine what it can do to a 5-pound mongoose. The mamba is lethal, but she's not tough. She relies on her venom to sedate her victims and immobilize their weapons. Here's the kicker. The mongoose has an antidote to her potion. The toxins in snake venom attach to chemical receptors in their victims and block communications between nerves and muscles. Mongoose receptors have mutated so that venom simply bounces off the muscle cells. He's literally immune to danger. The mongoose MO is to dance circles around his prey until it's exhausted. And then, the kill shot. One swift snap to the back of the head, and the spine is severed. The snake's still alive, but paralyzed. Her muscles twitch, but her bite is gone. For the mongoose, the reward outweighs the risk. A 7-foot snake is a hearty meal for a pint-sized predator. It's hardly surprising the mongoose is so brassy. His closest relative is the biggest thug in the neighborhood. The spotted hyena, cousin to the mongoose. He's always on the lookout for an easy meal. It's a no-brainer that he shadows the ultimate stalker. The leopard is the mistress of stealth. Veiled in darkness, she's tailor-made to hunt at night. She's sleek and silent, and she has extraordinary vision. Reflectors behind her retinas absorb extra light, and her eyes glow in the dark. Leopard's eyes are large and their field of vision overlaps, which helps her to judge the position of her prey exactly. Her dappled coat blends into the shadows. She's dressed to kill, silent and deadly. and cheetahs, she's a loner. So there's no one to watch her back. The hyenas are always a step behind. Mugging her meals is their specialty. They're her main competition to stay in this game. It's a nightly routine of hide and seek. If she can't stash her kill quickly, she'll lose it to the muggers. Her claws are perfect meat hooks, and even her tongue has tiny barbs, which get to work removing hair from her prey. But time's up. Once again, the thugs have sniffed her out. It's a tough life for a solitary leopard facing down a gang of hyenas. If she gets injured, she can't hunt. And if she can't hunt, she's out of the game. The hyenas are starting to cramp her style. She needs to change her tactics and try to hunt by day. There's another prey option in this territory. They hang out in the trees, and they're edible. Leopards can't resist a bite of baboon. The troop rises at daybreak and begins their morning constitutional, mostly foraging and basking around their temple, home tree, the baboon's inner sanctum. Their lives revolve around her solid trunk and generous branches. The babysitters keep a lookout, while the youngsters learn the ropes. But other eyes are on them. Forced into daylight to avoid the hyenas, the leopard is lured into the baboon's peaceful realm. Baboons and leopards are age-old rivals. Two predators who share the same turf and are equally matched in aggression and stealth. Hunting baboon is a catch-22. An adult male can weigh the same as a female leopard, so it's a good meal if she can get her claws into it. But almost half the time, it's the cat that ends up dead. To bring down a baboon requires patience and strategy. They're alert, agile, and highly unpredictable. A lethal combination which makes them expert opportunists. Deep down, they're also deadly efficient predators. And when they get the chance, they have a lust for tender flesh. The baboons have shown their dark side. Peaceful fruit eaters turned lethal killers in the blink of an opportunity. Hunting meat is a privilege reserved for the adult males. And when his cheek pouches are full, the others will get their turn. The smell of blood causes chaos among the troop, and aggression flares up between the males. Their massive canines are on a paw. It's a tough life for a solitary leopard facing down a gang of hyenas. If she gets injured, she can't hunt. And if she can't hunt, she's out of the game. The hyenas are starting to cramp her style. She needs to change her tactics and try to hunt by day. There's another prey option in this territory. They hang out in the trees, and they're edible. Leopards can't resist a bite of baboon. The troop rises at daybreak and begins their morning constitutional, mostly foraging and basking around their temple, home tree, the baboon's inner sanctum. Their lives revolve around her solid trunk and generous branches. The babysitters keep a lookout, while the youngsters learn the ropes. But other eyes are on them. Forced into daylight to avoid the hyenas, the leopard is lured into the baboon's peaceful realm. Baboons and leopards are age-old rivals. Two predators who share the same turf and are equally matched in aggression and stealth. Hunting baboon is a catch-22. An adult male can weigh the same as a female leopard, so it's a good meal if she can get her claws into it. But almost half the time, it's the cat that ends up dead. To bring down a baboon requires patience and strategy. They're alert, agile, and highly unpredictable. A lethal combination which makes them expert opportunists. Deep down, they're also deadly efficient predators. And when they get the chance, they have a lust for tender flesh. The baboons have shown their dark side. Peaceful fruit eaters turned lethal killers in the blink of an opportunity. Hunting meat is a privilege reserved for the adult males. And when his cheek pouches are full, the others will get their turn. The smell of blood causes chaos among the troop, and aggression flares up between the males. Their massive canines are on a par with both the leopards and the lions. They are highly specialized weapons. The upper canine has thin enamel and is constantly honed by the lower premolar, which has very thick enamel. So every time he closes his mouth, he's sharpening his sabers. It's the perfect design to inflict mortal wounds on his enemies. His jaws are as strong as a nutcracker, and his lethal fangs can crush bone and kill. He's not the kind of adversary that a lone leopard should take on in daylight. The leopard beats a hasty retreat. But she's been rumbled. Robbed of her nighttime camouflage, she's exposed and vulnerable. The baboons won't let her off that lightly. While they've got visual, attack is their best form of defense. They gang up to flush her out of the trees. The aggressive males will kill her given the chance. When there's no backup, even the stealthiest predator needs to back down. Sometimes the reward just isn't worth the risk. She'll need a new strategy if she wants to hunt baboons. Cloaked in darkness, the odds are in her favor. She can use the troops' poor night vision to her advantage. Roosting high up keeps them safe from most predators. But their nemesis is an expert climber. She's already honed in on her soft target. Her strategy paid off. At night, she can slink through the trees and pick off the defenseless baboons. And by hunting in the trees, she keeps her kills safe from the marauding hyenas. Using her specialized camouflage, the leopard has an almost 100% success rate hunting baboons at night. Like all the predators, evolution has equipped her with the tools she needs to take up her niche in this arena. Dangerous predator versus dangerous prey. It's a level playing field where both are equally matched to